views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily the views of ECTV News, the City of East Chicago, nor this broadcast station or website. ECTV airs public meetings as a service to the community it serves. Speakers at public meetings, broadcast, or posted by ECTV News are solely responsible for their comments. ECTV News reserves the right to edit or remove any profanity or abusive language or behavior deemed inappropriate for our viewing audience. If you have any comments or suggestions about this program, contact ECTV News at 219-391-8206.
Regular scheduled council meeting for Monday, March 24th, 2014. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Santos.
Present.
Battle.
Present.
Vasquez.
Present.
Cuevas.
Present.
Orange.
Present.
Maldonado.
Present.
Arnold.
Present.
Parks. Franciski.
Present. I have a motion to accept the minutes for the regular scheduled meeting for March 10th, 2014.
So moved, Mr. President. Second.
Motion was made by Councilman Santos, seconded by Councilman Cuevas. Do I have any questions on the motion?
I don't have a question. I just want to make mention that we did have an error, a couple errors on the, motion was made by Councilman Cuevas and second by Councilman Cuevas. It should be Councilwoman Arnold on both of those following. I believe the secretary is making some adjustments now. Just wanted to make that part of the minutes.
Okay. Councilman.
Everything else I found to be correct.
Okay. Madam Clerk, roll call on the minutes, please.
Santos.
Yes.
Battle.
Abstain.
Vasquez.
Yes.
Cuevas.
Yes.
Orange.
Abstain.
Maldonado.
Abstain.
Arnold.
Yes, with the corrections being made.
Okay. Franciski.
Yes. Do we have any communications from the mayor?
No.
Any communications from department heads?
Yes. Accounts payable warrant 0314114 CC.
So moved.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilman Cuevas, seconded by Councilwoman Vasquez, to accept accounts payable warrant 0311414 CC. Do I have any questions on the motion? Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Santos.
Yes.
Battle.
Yes.
Vasquez.
Yes.
Cuevas.
Yes.
Orange.
Yes.
Maldonado.
Yes.
Arnold.
Yes.
Franciski.
Yes.
Accounts payable warrant 0311114 CC.
So moved.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilman Cuevas, seconded by Councilwoman Orange, to accept accounts payable warrant 0311114 CC. Do I have any questions on the motion? Madam Clerk, roll call.
Santos.
Yes.
Battle.
Yes.
Vasquez.
Yes.
Cuevas.
Yes.
Orange.
Yes.
Maldonado.
Yes.
Arnold.
Yes.
Franciski.
Yes.
Accounts payable warrant 0300514 CC.
So move, Mr. President.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilwoman Vasquez, seconded by Councilman Battle, to accept accounts payable warrant 0300514 CC. Do I have any questions on the motion? Madam Clerk, roll call.
Santos.
Yes.
Battle.
Yes.
Vasquez.
Yes.
Cuevas.
Yes.
Orange.
Yes.
Maldonado.
Yes.
Arnold.
Yes.
Franciski.
Yes.
Accounts payable warrant 032414CC.
Moved.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilman Cuevas, seconded by Councilwoman Orange, to accept accounts payable warrant 032414CC. Do I have any questions on the motion? Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Santos.
Yes.
Battle.
Yes.
Vasquez.
Yes.
Cuevas.
Yes.
Orange.
Yes.
Maldonado.
Yes.
Arnold.
Yes.
Franciski.
Yes.
Payroll warrant 031414.
So moved.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilwoman Orange, seconded by Councilman Battle, to accept payroll warrant 031414. Have any questions on the motion? Madam Clerk, roll call.
Santos.
Yes.
Battle.
Yes.
Vasquez.
Yes.
Cuevas.
Yes.
Orange.
Yes.
Maldonado.
Yes.
Arnold.
Yes.
Yes.
Franciski.
Do we have any committee reports? Councilwoman Orange?
Mr. President, the Finance Committee met with Congressman Viskowski about the South Shore project. We asked a lot of different questions, and so Wednesday at our workshop, he's been invited to attend the workshop to be able to talk to the rest of the council members to get their opinion on the South Shore rail project, and so that'll be Wednesday at 10 o'clock.
Thank you. This time we'll move into board reports. I did get a call from Mrs. Nava and Mr. Gates on the redevelopment. There was a mix-up between them two as far as who was coming tonight to do the report. They will be here next council meeting to do the first, the last 2 months. We'll start with Wanda Gordills. She's board on police merit. Ms. Gordills?
Good evening, President Francesca and Common Council. My name is Wanda Gordills, Commissioner of the East Chicago Police Merit Commission. On Saturday, March 22nd, 2014, the written exam was administered to 42 police applicants out of 46 that applied at the police department. Results will be back approximately in 1 week and will be posted at the police department. Applicants will be sent an email to inform them if they passed or failed. The commission will be visiting the police academy sometime in April or May, along with Assistant Chief of Police, Mr. Verbiage, to show our support. The first group that are attending the police academy, they're doing very well, and we would also like to invite the Common Council to our next public meeting on April 17th, 2014 at 5:30 p.m. here in the council chambers. Thank you.
Thank you. Have any questions for Commissioner Gordills? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Henry Rodriguez on the Waterway Board.
Good evening, Henry Rodriguez, council appointee to the Waterway Management District. All I really got to say is, again, is about the scheduled dredging, which tentatively now is going to be April 8th, depending on the weather. But that's what they told us at the meeting. We just had a public hearing or public meeting that they had last Tuesday here in the council chamber. Parkway improvement is still on the agenda. Of course, we're waiting on money from the Army Corps of Engineers. And like Army Corps of Engineers, you know, isn't there to make a profit, so whatever money they can get when they can get it. But they're still adamant about improving the parkway, the whole length of the dump site. That's about all I got.
Any questions? Thank you. I did get a call from Mrs. Cologne from the Library Board. She did have a prior engagement. She said she will be sending the report and putting it in every council person's box. Did also get a call from Kim Edwards from the Irvin Enterprise. She says there's no report.
President.
Councilman Santos?
Just to elaborate to my colleagues on the Urban Enterprise, the day of our meeting was the day we had the snowstorm, the very last snowstorm. So unfortunately, with the snowstorm, a lot of folks that were coming out to the meeting didn't make it. So it was a conference call, and it was very quick, and we basically went over the financials of the Urban Enterprise, and we talked a little bit about the subway opening, and happy to say that I attended along with a couple of my colleagues, and it's a beautiful site, and we were happy that the Urban Enterprise was able to partnership with the owner there, and as far as moving forward, because the property did belong to us, and selling that property off and making it to what it is today. So that's basically what we were kind of talked about. But like I said, the day of our meeting, we had that very bad snowstorm that Wednesday. So it was a lot of it was conference, and it was very brief.
Madam Clerk, do we have any ordinances on first reading?
No.
Any ordinances on second reading?
No.
Do we have any ordinances on third reading?
No.
Do we have any resolutions?
Yes, 14-0003, sponsor Mayor Anthony Copeland, a resolution regarding an intergovernmental cooperation agreement for the city of East Chicago Facade Sign and Awning Grant Program for the North Harbor Business District.
So moved.
Second.
Had a motion by Councilwoman Orange, seconded by Councilman Cuevas. Like I just say, I did meet with Milton Reed on this resolution, and the only difference is what it is on the first resolution, it had from the 3700 block all the way to Columbus Drive as far as 80/20. It changed where it's only the 37 and the 3800 block of Main Street, which is 80/20. And and as far as no franchises at all can participate in the facade program. So you can't have, it's mostly for the small businesses is what they're trying to, establish here. So that's kind of the difference, if anybody had any questions on that. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Santos.
I'm sorry, Councilman Cuevas?
Yeah, you said only the 37th and the 3800 block?
Was for 80/20. The rest of the block, from the 39th block to the 140th, will be 50/50.
Okay, all right, that's what I wanted to check. Okay, thank you.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Santos.
Yes.
Battle.
Yes.
Vasquez.
Yes.
Cuevas.
Yes.
Orange.
Yes.
Maldonado.
Yes.
Arnold.
I'm abstaining. I'm a business owner in that area.
Okay, Franciski.
Yes. Resolution passes.
Resolution 14-0004, sponsor Mayor Anthony Copeland, a resolution regarding an intergovernmental cooperation agreement for the East Chicago Citywide Facade Sign and Awning Grant Program.
So moved.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilwoman Orange and seconded by Councilwoman Vasquez. Do I have any discussion on the resolution? Again, I did talk to Milton Reed, and this one is they just forgot to put the percentage in, what was as far as the business owner to the grant program, and it's 50/50 as well. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Santos.
Yes.
Battle.
Yes.
Vasquez.
Yes.
Cuevas.
Yes.
Orange.
Yes.
Maldonado.
Yes.
Arnold.
Abstaining.
Franciski.
Yes. Resolution passes. Do we have any old business?
Yes.
Councilman Battle?
We have Mr. Pfefferman here, this petitioning for the, well, it's for the subway, but I guess the bank wasn't allowing him to receive any finances for it due to the proper zoning. So he wanted to change the name and try to move forward with this. So, Steve, can you help us out a little bit?
Stephen Bauer, council attorney. On 4901 Alexander, we granted a use variance at the request of Mr. Pfefferman for this property. That was on recommendation from the Plan Commission. Mr. Pfefferman has run into financing problems because his bank, as does most banks, do not like to make commercial loans on properties that have a use variance. They prefer to have it actually zoned for what the proposed use is going to be. And the reason is that all use variances, almost all the ordinances in the state of Indiana provide that if the use is stopped for a period of 6 months, the use variance expires, and you have to start all over. It goes back to the original zoning. The long and the short is, if you're going to make a commercial loan, you don't want to have the business guy, for some reason unconnected with the business, leave, have it shut down, and have it revert back to residential. A difficulty, if I might comment, is that almost all suggestions for rezoning or recommendations for rezoning come from the Plan Commission. They are your appointed group that is going to look at policy issues on planning. The council's representative is Lenny, and I think he has some insight into how strongly the Plan Commission felt that it wanted to encourage the commercial development at this particular building, especially in light of the fact a long period of time that it remained vacant. The normal procedure would be to send it back to the Plan Commission and have them review the thing and send it back. On the other hand, if it is very clear that the Plan Commission wanted to cooperate with Mr. Pfefferman to get this building upgraded and occupied and some type of a restaurant business there, you do have the option, the power, and the authority to simply go ahead and make a motion to expand the use variance into really just simply rezoning it commercial. The question also then may come, what commercial zoning is it to be? If it suffices just to have it zone commercial, then you're free. You're free to go. The normal procedure is to send it back, but if it's clear that this is the intended purpose from the Plan Commission for it to be used as commercial, if you're so inclined, you can move ahead. So you pretty much got an option.
Councilman Santos?
Steve, in regards to that, and it's just my personal feeling on it, and I think that's why those normal procedures were set up, so that the council isn't put in the position on having to make a decision on basically just, the material that we received. That's why we do have an appointments on that board so that they can come back. At this point, I don't think nobody's I haven't talking to anybody on the Plan Commission nor Councilman Francisci, and I'm not sure if they even been to the Plan Commission in regards to this issue or the variance that they're looking for in order to get their funding. But I personally think that they should go back there. And if it is strongly suggested by the Plan Commission that, hey, it's a go-ahead deal, I would rather have two eyes looking at all these things than just ours and us having, because, this council has made some unfortunate decisions that we come back and we had to visit. So that's why the procedures are set up so that they do go before the plan and then come back to us. I'm not sure what he's asking, other than just kind of giving us an update that, he's ran into some issues. But I can only tell Ms. Fair that take this back to the Plan Commission. That's why the procedures are set up. And then explain to them why you can't get the finances. Let them know. And if they strongly agree with you, then it's going to come back to our council president and to the council as a favorable thing. And that way this council won't have an issue with it. My only issue is that to ask the council to step in now, I think we're just stepping on the toes of the Plan Commission. That's why the Plan Commission's there. So if they can look at it, then we will review it. But I would definitely encourage you to go back to the Plan Commission.
Councilman Cuevas?
Yeah, I was gonna see if Mr. Allen Pfefferman would come up and address the council in reference to all this matter. Give us his view on this.
Hello, everyone. I have plans for a restaurant here. And here is a picture of the building. I'm sure you're all familiar with it. It can't really be anything but commercial. When the bank heard that it was residential, they couldn't believe it by looking at the picture. I've owned the property already for a year, and I'm stumbling around. I can't get it going. I know the council has the right to make the decision, and I'd like to show you the pictures of the inside. It's totally ruined. We have to definitely repair that. And I have pictures of a going restaurant that would sell pizzas and shrimp and fish and sandwiches. The community needs that. And time is of the essence. We've had a terrible winter. The snow came today too. If I have to go through this procedure and then get it ready, I won't really have it ready for another year. So I asked the council if they'll just take a step forward. I do know that what the procedure is, but I called for this meeting, or I asked for it, to get special permission so I could proceed and eliminate a lot of the red tape and the bureaucracy that keeps a lot of things in this country slow.
I got a question. How long would it take if you went back to the planning for this matter to be resolved?
When is the next meeting, and then I have to go through a whole series of different questions and answers again, and I'm taking a gamble that they may not like it. Several of your council members know me, and they know what I'm trying to do there, and to go back again, I just don't want to waste the time. And not that it's a waste of time, I just don't have the time to spend.
It prolongs it.
It prolongs it. I'd like you to look at the plans, if you don't mind. I have copies for everyone to look at.
I got another question, though. Now, when you want to build this business, now you were initially wanted a Subway and donuts, and now you want to change it to pizzas and other various foods?
Mr. Chavez, no. What happened was I built the Subway in Gary on Route 20. I called the council to look at it as what my work would be like, not necessarily a Subway. However, the Planning Commission took it as a Subway and American Bakery. But another Subway opened up into town, and it's going to be a different kind of a restaurant, but it's going to be a nice restaurant, and it can be a fuller restaurant than just a Subway. More things. And so they assumed that it would have to be a Subway, and that's how it was written up, but it was not requested that. That's just what it was assumed to be. And that's the way it stuck. Would you like to look at the plans?
Councilman Santos?
And please, I just want you to understand the way I feel. And in telling you this, that I know you're asking the council to supersede the board that we have in place. There's some pretty knowledgeable people that sit on that board. And it seems like you're now presenting a whole new plan because you're going with a restaurant kind. See, and if we do it for you, we're going to have to start doing it for others. Others are going to come up here and say, well, the bureaucracy, the red tape, those things are put in place so that this council doesn't make a bad decision. I'm not at no point saying that I don't believe in your plan is a bad plan. I believe it's a great plan. But those are the procedures. Unfortunately, it wasn't the council's fault that, the banking didn't fall through for whatever reason. It isn't our fault. Those are the procedures. That's what the council deals with. Ultimately, our attorney represents us and the board members represent a portion of this council, and they want us to make the right decision. And I think superseding them is stepping on their toes when they, in fact, know exactly the zoning, the area, what needs to be done, the infrastructure. I know you have plans, but hey, I can only tell you, I'm not a great person at looking at plans. I depend on other members of the council that sit on the plan commission and those members on that commission that are a little more savvy about business and what needs to be done. I don't. So thank you for showing us the plans, but I'm here. You're gonna have a hard time to get me to say yes on superseding the procedures that are already put in place.
Well,
Councilman Cuevas?
you know what, in reference to Councilman Santos, we have had a habit of superseding other entities, like he's putting out there. We've superseded on a couple occasions that I remember, but we're not going to get into that. The bottom line is this. Your business has been waiting for a while, and I was going to ask Steve a question because he brought up about that we can bypass this and go straight forward. But also, I would, if we do decide to go that route, to stipulate in that it's going to be what it's going to be and not change down the line. So if you're going to do a restaurant per se, that's what it's going to be. Because I understand planning and procedures, they do take time, and it's going to slow it down. So for me, I don't see it being a big problem having to supersede the planning commission if it's already been done and they're not too much in opposition of it, and we have superseded in the past. So I don't see why that would be a big problem if the rest of the council feels that way, but I can't speak for them until they vote.
Councilwoman Maldonado?
Councilman Cuevas, I do encourage the business.
Right.
I do. But I do see a little bit of an issue with the business changing a bit. And for me personally, I don't feel comfortable looking at plans at this moment when I haven't seen plans prior to look at that and make a decision right now to say, okay, this looks good, let's go with it. In terms of policy, yes, we do have the ability, Councilman, to supersede something. But I personally don't want to get into the habit of doing that. And if we have done it in the past, doesn't necessarily mean that we should continue that. I don't personally feel comfortable doing something, looking at plans at this moment. Maybe if I would have been in a workshop or been in a committee and seen those plans prior to this specific moment, and then looked at them prior and had at least a few moments to look at them, or a meeting or a dialogue prior, then I feel more comfortable. But just to look at them at this moment and make a decision, I don't feel comfortable personally with that. Nothing to do with your business. I just don't feel comfortable making a decision at this moment, having only a few minutes to look at
Ms.
plans.
Maldonado, have you seen the building?
I've seen the building, yes, but I've not seen your plans, and
Well,
I've not heard from the Plan Commission. And when what you're saying, the details of your business seem to change a bit from what your original intent.
No, just the type of product being sold. Everything, it's still a restaurant. It was going to be a Subway restaurant. Now it's going to be a different kind of restaurant. It'll have more options to buy. I'd like to show you what it looks like on the inside right now, if you don't mind looking at this.
Excuse me, Mr. Feather. Just for clarity for my colleagues, I do sit on the Planning Commission, and as far as Mr. Pfefferman coming to us with a new plan, no, he has not been there yet. He has came the first time with the Subway, and I believe you did say, sir, though, when you did come to us, that it was going to be a Subway and American Donut. Not that someone got mixed up. That was your plan then. The bank didn't come, it didn't, whatever reason, like Councilman Santos was, and believe me, we sat down and we met. And I believe in you, I believe in your business, but for some of my colleagues too, there are procedures the way we go, And as far as that, you were stipulated that it was just to be a Subway and an American Donut.
Actually, the man that was up there was the operator of the Subway. He was going to be the tenant. He was going to open a Subway. I was just the developer.
I understand that, Mr.
And so he was not able to get the bank to go, the Subway to take the franchise. So I still wanted to have the restaurant. It wasn't really a mistake, like you say, but it was assumed when he spoke that it was going to be a Subway. If you remember, I didn't speak.
Right, I understand. Well, it was either you or your partner at the time, but they did say Subway/American Donut.
Or Attorney Weezer.
Councilwoman Orange?
Yeah, Attorney Weezer was doing a lot of talking
Right.
also.
Right.
And that's what I think that was our problem in the very beginning. We were saying that if you're going to say it's one thing, because what I think from the people in the area, they did not want a convenience store where people could buy cigarettes and all that. They didn't want that in the community. I know, but you said it was a Subway and a donut shop. Now you come with shrimp and pizza and all that, and that may be fine. And by all means, we want you to have your business. And if it's in Councilman Battle's area, I'm never going to go against a councilman if they want, unless it's something, a danger to the whole community. But if a councilman wants that in his area,
Well,
to have that. But, sir, you were adamant at the fact that you had this financing already, because you told us about Gary, and even Councilman Battle told you about being scared at night, and you said, no, I'm not scared at night, I'm not worried about it, I got the Subway, and he even told you, well, we got a donut shop down the street, and then you or your partner or Weezer, maybe ventriloquism or something was happening, but somebody said that we're not worried about the donut shop down the street because we make the donuts for most of the donut shops and this and that. And at that time, even if you didn't speak and they were misspeaking for you,
Well-
you had a duty to come up and say, that's not what our intent is. Because that's what we were kind of shaky on, the fact of what you were going to do with this business. And like I said, when you go to the community and they hand out all the flyers and everything, and those communities say, okay, we'll accept that. Then to go back and say, well, no, don't accept that because we're changing it and this council have decided. I don't think we can in a community do that to them. They have a right to say what they want in that community, on that street, on that block, whether you make a Subway or you make a shrimp place or a pizza place. If that's what they want, that's fine. But you can't change the rules of engagement in the middle of the game.
Okay. I don't intend to change it. It just,
So if you don't get it for the pizza and the shrimp,
well, it would be.
and they said, the bank says, no, well, we're sorry, and that they didn't do a commercial, and we're not going to give you the money, then
Well,
what?
Mr. Battle and I saw, you saw the restaurant,
Yes.
didn't you?
Councilman Battle?
Yes, me and Mr. Pfefferman spoke to me and my colleagues on numerous occasions, and it only makes sense, just due to clarification with my colleagues and me and you. Like I say, we spoke on numerous occasions about it. Just for clarifications, we'll have to take it just so everyone will be protected.
But you saw
As far as
the restaurant.
Oh, yes. And like I say, and well as Councilman Santos and President Francisci said, we're not doubting, your business or whatever you're bringing. And I told you we're in dire need of any business
Yeah, I know.
in my district.
Right.
So, I don't want to, just shut it down, but just for clarifications on, everyone. That way everyone's protected here. And we'll just revisit it, and that way we'll make a more better decision about it.
Okay.
Opposed to just, bringing it to the, some colleagues right now, so they can just make a decision right now, give us the time, That way the planning can see it, it come back before us, and we can make a.
So what's the next move?
Councilwoman Arnold?
I'm definitely for a business being in that area, born and raised in the Calumet area. I'm for it. But what alarmed me is this letter and the date of August 24th, 2013. I wish you had came a little sooner to tell us about your problem. Then we wouldn't be faced with this on March 24th, trying to meet your deadline, because I'm definitely for it. But this alarms me with this date, because we could have taken care of this in the steps that Councilman Santos has requested. But let's just move forward fast so we can get some food and some business in that area because we need it. I don't want to discourage you because Calumet is open for business and business owners to come to that city. We want to work with you, but we just ask that you don't put us in a position where we have to answer to a wrong call. We want to make the right calls because that area needs it, and we want to get the right business owners there. And I believe that you are, but you are only a developer. So you have to lease that building out to that, whoever you lease it to.
I already have a tenant.
You have a tenant.
He's an operator.
Is he here?
No, he's not, but Mr. Battle met him.
Is he the same? So he's not the same tenant from Subway, correct?
No.
You see, that's always some of our concerns. We want to put a face with the place that you're going to have the business. That way he can see the sincerity of us and wanting the right business owners there in that community. Because right across the street from him is a funeral home. Been there at least all of my life, which is 51 years. That owner and my father were very good friends. So we want them to be good business partners, you know what I'm saying? So
I
we
would
need
like
know.
to invite the council to come to this restaurant
Definitely.
and see what it's like.
Oh, I know what it's like, and I can just imagine any building that's been vacant for a number of years with no heat and electricity and things like that. I can just imagine. So the urgency is there to get that building open and rehab. I understand all of that. But we have to be careful of what we put there in that community because we do have some issues
So
in
what's
that
the
community.
suggestion I should follow?
I'm going to say take the lead of our president. And
I
we have-
could meet with you after the meeting, Mr. Pfefferman.
Okay, thank you.
Councilman Santos?
And this will be my last comment, Mr. Pfefferman. See, what I would hate to have happen today is that a motion be made and that it failed and you're not able to do this and you lose it all together. So that's why I'm asking you, please take the steps to go back to the Plan Commission because that's where you're initially going to have to go. It's back to the Plan Commission so that you come with a sound plan to the council and we vote on it and we're all happy and you welcome you into the community. But I'd hate for there to be a motion on the floor tonight to push this past the Plan Commission and it failed, and then you can't get your business.
When is the next plan commission?
The Planning Commission meet on every first and third Monday of the month.
And I speak to Mr. Morrisroe.
Yes, sir. Councilwoman Orange?
Thank you for the
Councilman Battle,
opportunity.
may I suggest that if, after this meeting and if everything goes through, maybe they don't have to go through everything again. Maybe because it's not changing as a restaurant, that maybe you could ask Councilman Lenny Francisco to call a special meeting and we could do that, have that on the agenda so that he doesn't have to wait anymore.
That sounds good.
We'll sit with you after the meeting.
Pardon me?
We'll sit with you after the meeting. Thank you.
Can I just say one more?
Oh, I'm sorry, Councilwoman
And I just
Arnold.
want to stress to you, please don't give up on East Chicago because we have more property that we need you to come on and develop. But just understand that we're using you as a guinea pig, so when business owners come, they be serious to know that we mean business, mean, M-E-A-N, that we're about business, but we mean business too, okay?
Well,
So don't be discouraged.
Doesn't seem that way.
But we are really trying hard. And I'm sorry you have to be the guinea pig for us to get it right, but we want to we want to make the right moves. Just be patient with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other old business? Going into new business, Councilwoman Orange.
Last year, there was the first year that the police department did the Citizens Academy, and I did attend the Citizens Academy. Very enlightening. I would ask my colleagues maybe to sign up for it if you ever want to know what the police do. It's a good insight of what happens on the police department. Very, very good program. They only take a certain amount of people. It's once, it's for 6 to 7 weeks, 1 week, about 2 hours a night. You go on a ride-along, you do a shooting simulator. They tell you about a lot of things that are going on, and you'll be surprised in this town what has happened and some of the things that they've done. The stop team comes in, they have the dog that comes in and tells you. It is very enlightening. I would encourage all the citizens, if you get a chance to go, they feed you well too. So if that's encouragement, if nothing else. But to get a chance to go, if you really want to know what the police department does, because a lot of of times we take for granted, oh, the police aren't doing anything, they're sitting side by side in their cars, they're not doing anything. You would be surprised at the things you learn in this academy. So if you want to call 391-8318, 391-8318, and sign up.
Thank you. Just want to let my colleagues know Wednesday, March 26th, which is this Wednesday, 2014, at 10 o'clock here in the council chambers. We'll be having a workshop. On the agenda is a representative from Congressman Pete Laskowski's office concerning the South Shore Rail expansion. So I hope my colleagues will attend. I believe we have one other thing on the agenda as well, and that's Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Do we have any other new business? Moving on to public expression, if you could please keep your comments to 3 minutes. Madam Clerk, do we have any public?
Nobody signed up.
Have a motion to adjourn?
So move, Mr. President.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilman Santos, seconded by Councilman Cuevas. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Santos?
Yes.
Battle?
Yes.
Vasquez?
Yes.
Cuevas?
Yes.
Orange?
Yes.
Maldonado?
Yes.
Arnold?
Yes.
Francisci?
Yes. Good night.